Today we're checking out a mod that has been in the works and has been talked about in DayZ for years, and it is a mod that allows you to drive trains in DayZ. DayZ modder Arkansas has been working on a train mod for years, and he had teased this mod years ago but never actually released it, and he finally got around to doing it when DayZ turned 10 years old. And so what it does is it pretty much takes the static trains that are around the map that you can loot and makes them drivable, fully working. You can add carriages to your locomotives, you can do everything with them. So today we're going to go around and check them out. Now obviously you notice we're at Soleno Military, and the train that is usually here where all this loot is floating is gone. So the trains do spawn around the world in different places and so on. You can set them up kind of whichever way you really want to in the files. This does work on Chernarus, Livonia and Namalsk. There is a separate file for Namalsk, so if you want to have a train on that, you can. And this can pretty much be like ultimate mobile base. Apparently you can have items on the trains as well, so when they move the items will go along with you and everything. And yeah, you can pretty much just have a train that takes you around the map. You can store loot on it, you can bring people on it and just have a good time. So we're going to set it up today. It takes a couple of different things. So this is your locomotive and it needs a couple of things to get going. So it needs a car battery, a glow plug, a belt, a radiator and an electrical control unit. Apparently it doesn't need the compressed air hoses yet. I'm not sure why, but this mod is still kind of a little bit work in progress, you could kind of say. So let's start adding those things to it. We have all the parts we need here. We can add all of these in. And done. For right now, the car radiator doesn't take any water, so I don't actually know if we even need to really attach the radiator, but I'm going to just in case. But we don't need to fill it up. What we do need to fill up, though, is the fuel tanks. So the fuel tanks don't take standard petrol like the vehicles in the game do. It takes diesel, which can only be taken from white tanks around the map. There is one just down in this yard here, which we'll show off in a minute. Now, this fuel tank is incredibly big, so it does take quite a while to come back and forth with all of the fuel you need. But in his Discord, there is a couple of lines of code you can put in to give it the unlimited fuel, so you can just drive it around for pretty much ever. I tried to do it. I failed. I broke my server, so I didn't put the line of code in, so we're going to have to just manually fill it up, as I'm, slow when it comes to coding. I did give these trains a little bit of a test out earlier on, and they are incredibly impressive. It's actually such a cool way to travel the map. So around the map you will see these big white tankers, and you go up to them and these will have the diesel in them, and you need to fill these. And this is where you will get your diesel from to be able to fill the train. Right, so we've got a few cans we can make our way back. Now this isn't probably going to get us too far because the trains do use up a lot of fuel. So if you are like on a server that has this and you're just kind of on like a vanilla type server, this is going to take quite a while. It's going to be quite a grind to be able to fill up and get one of these trains operational. But I guess it does make sense for it to be that difficult. Alright, that's 4 jerry cans. That probably doesn't even have the tank half full, but it will do for now. So you can climb onto the train and you pretty much just enter in F to get in. You can't move around really while on it, so you're kind of stuck in one position, but you know, that's alright. So we'll start this thing up. Takes a minute to start up. And I'm going to try and reverse here and see if we can connect these carriages. Okay, right, I'm going to turn it off there and hopefully these two are together. Oh, I can. Oh, I have to couple them. Oh, that is sick. Okay, we only have one tanker, but to be honest, one will do. I think you can add quite a few. I don't know how many in total you can add, but you can certainly add quite a few. You can add some of the carriages as well. We're going to take this for a drive. We have not a lot of fuel, I must admit. I might go get more fuel before we take off because that's not going to get us very far. What would be kind of cool is if they added some type of truck that was like a fuel tanker that you could, you know, fill up with fuel, and then it could like support the train. So if you're like a big crew or something, You could have people on the train and then somebody following along, maybe in a tanker, or you have a tanker stored somewhere around the map. So if you run low on fuel, you don't have to be running back and forth with some jerry cans. I think that actually could be kind of an interesting idea. Okay, this thing has had 10 jerry cans worth of fuel. See what we're up to now. Okay, about halfway. That's a bit better. All right, let's start this locomotive. Let's get out of here. So controls are pretty forward. W to go forward, S to go back. A and D are to switch between tracks, so right and left. I don't think you'll be really using them much, to be 100% honest. And yeah, I think we are good to go. So I'll press W, leave this thing get up a bit, and we will get out of here. It's so cool. This thing has like perfect noises and everything, like when it's on the tracks at speed. This thing, it's amazing. I'm going to just put my earplugs in because it can be a little bit loud and I want to show it off in third person. Okay, we're actually going this way. I don't know which way it's taking us, but we're just going to go and have a look. Man, you gotta admit, this thing's pretty cool. You can hear the train. Different sound effects for when it's going over the tracks and everything. It's deadly, this. This thing should be able to top out a bit faster. Oh, actually, it's probably because I'm actually towing a tanker behind me, but I was able to get this thing up to about 70 miles per hour. Or kilometers per hour when it was just a locomotive. So I guess it does depend how much weight you are pulling, which does make sense. Now there is different styles of locomotive, ones with different paint jobs and stuff on them. So if you want to choose what locomotive you drive, you can in that sense. If they're spawning around the map, there's plenty of different options for colors. Such a cool mod. Such a unique way to travel the server. You really do get to kind of enjoy the scenery of DayZ taking the train tracks, because it really does kind of go through some of the wilderness of Chernarus instead of, you know, following everything by road. We're picking up a bit of speed here now, about to hit 60. There is the option to be able to get out while the train's moving, but I've been told not to, as you'll either fall off the train or you could die. So we're just going to stay in the locomotive for now, and just make sure everything goes to plan. You don't really get much of a view from inside the locomotive. Well, that's the joys of having third person. Now, stopping this train might be an issue. I've never actually tried to stop the train, so you know what, we'll give it a go. So this train is now like pretty much slowing down completely. Yeah, it ain't. I suppose it is a train. It's not going to slow down quickly, you know, that way. It certainly is going to take its time, but it certainly does stop eventually. That's wild. That's so cool. You can also climb on the ladders and get on the roof. Whoever thought we would see trains in DayZ, like actual working trains in DayZ. Right, let's get this thing back moving again. Now, I'm not sure what it's like if you stood on the tracks and the train came towards you. I would assume it would be the same as a vehicle, where you would just die, you know, you get run over. Again, I'm not also sure what it's like when, you know, if you leave a vehicle on the tracks. I don't know if it just drives through it or hits it, or if there's any collision stuff like that. I might have to test it out in a separate video. It's just such a cool little mod. It's going to be interesting to see some people make videos of, you know, having a base on a train, because it will be possible. It's certainly going to be interesting. So that is the DayZ train mod. You can pull a couple of different carriages with it. You can have a load of people on board, and it's just a really interesting way to travel around the map. It certainly is cool. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, to be honest. It's quite stable. You know, the sound effects to it, the animations on the train, like everything is just perfect. It works really, really well. As usual, I will leave the link to the mod down below, and I will also link his Discord if you want to check it out or have any discussions or future plans that are coming with this mod. Join that Discord and you'll find out all of the information on it. There is a couple of servers that are running this mod. I will leave some server details down below for different servers that are running this mod if you want to hop on and try to check it out for yourself. It's well worth hopping on, even solo or with a couple of friends and trying to get a train going. It certainly gives you a new objective to do in DayZ. And yeah, overall it's just very, very cool. Oh shit. Emergency brake. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Wait. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh. Wow, we stopped just in time. Train is slightly moving. Obviously, train doesn't have a handbrake, so if you do stop on a hill or whatever, it will slightly move. But there is a little convoy here, and I don't know necessarily if, like, can we drive through this convoy? How does this work now? Or is this just another drivable train? Guess I want to find out. No, this one's a static event. Interesting thing to find out here actually is if we can just like drive through this. Let's find out. For science. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's good to know. Okay, good, right. I guess that does make sense. If there is any static objects, well, like train crashes or whatever on the train tracks, you can just drive straight through them. That's good to know. I thought when we came up to that, I was going to crash into the back of this train and, you know, kill the locomotive and die in the process, but no. So that's good. That's good. Because that would make traveling the tracks a bit awkward. But yeah, that is the train mod as usual. Again, all info in the description down below if you want to check it out. Highly do recommend it. It is certainly a very, very cool mod. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the description down below. Will you try out a mod like this? What do you think about it? Certainly a cool way to travel. And until then, I should catch you guys in the next one. So, peace out for now.